Hi, it's Derek McNamara here from Ruckie Analytics, and today what we're going to do is we're going to look at the tens, the the center of attention players, the guys that are get all the money, the players that are the center of attention. And the reason why they're all those things is because what they do is really hard. Depending on what type of ten you have, they need to be able to make the right decision nearly every single time. To be a really good player as well, they need to be able to kick, and they also need to be able to defend and be a strong leader. And that's really one of the main aspects of being a ten is being a good person or a good player who can identify where the threats are and be calm, cool, calm, and collected, as well as a lot of them tend to be leaders. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the 15 teams that we analyzed, and we're going to go through a couple of the top contenders at that position. And basically, how we identify the player is that we analyze the game in the same way. And basically, we identify all the instances that these players were involved with. So, for instance, you can see the Brisbane Boys was involved with 70 instances in this game. And when we average out his overall score, this line then, this dot identifies the player's decision making. It identifies the player's technique, the quality of their technique. It identifies the accuracy of that player, and it identifies whether or not what they were supposed to do, they did. And we do that by grading each individual instance and then averaging out that score. So we can see that the Brisbane Boys is the top performer, followed by the Newbridge player. So what we're going to do is we're going to look into those two players in a little bit more detail, so we can see the Brisbane 10. Basically, he's very similar to Jonathan Sexton in the quality of what he does, but we'll look into that in a little bit more detail. But when you look at what this player does, Connor does, you can see that when we add up his 18 passes left and his 17 passes right, it takes up 50% of everything that this player does. He carried the ball only 4 times, and he made 10 good tackles. So the quality at each of these kind of core skill sets for each position, takes up 70% of what this player does altogether. So you can see that if this player just works on passing, carrying, and then tackling, then this will allow players at all levels to improve. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the portal. So here we are in the rookie portal. So we're going to find this player. So Brisbane Boys against Southport and player 10. Okay, so what we want to identify is what does this player do most of, what is he involved in, and then go look at those instances. So we can see here 60% of everything he does was involved in passing. So when we go in, we can see his pass left and pass right are nice and green, really good. He's a little bit better passing to his right than he is to his left, but overall really top quality passer here. And when we'll go into the video now in a little bit more detail, and his carries are good. And then when we look at his defense, his tackle and tackle assist are excellent. So he's keeping his body. So I can identify what this player is, how good of a tackler he is based on these figures without even looking at the video. So what we'll do is we'll look into his tackling and his passing, and help give you an idea of why this player would be considered quite a good player. So what we can do is we can look at his 5 rated actions and just take a look at them. So basically we'll put out to 5 seconds and we'll play continuous, and we'll go through a couple of these plays, and we'll so we're going to look at a pass right now. So let's turn this down. So here he is here, player 10. So you know him because he has a padding on his right leg. So basically you'll see here he's just so smooth. So he knows already where the ball is going to, and he goes through the pass in one movement. So he wants to get it wide and hits the player perfectly accurate. So watch where the ball is going to. The ball is perfectly delivered to this player. So that's why he gets a 5 there. And you'll see that again and again. So this pass right. So again, ball is right out in front of the player. You know, one swoop or one single movement of passing across his body. And what that allows your attacking team then on the outside is to actually have more time to make decisions and more time to actually identify what the defense is doing, or give you more time to input the passing or drill that you were looking to implement, or the move. So here you can see it opens up the back. You can get forwards involved in the game as well. So here's a 5 tackle. So bang, really, really strong tackler. And this is all technique. So we'll see him get his feet into ground. You'll identify where the tackler is, get his body down. His knees could be bent a little bit more, but because he's got the help there, you can put the player in the back. And that gets your team geared up. So what we're going to see here is another pass left. So perfectly timed pass. Let's try actually. And then another 5 rated tackle here. So see his body. Yeah. So see his feet here. So watch his feet. There's a little hitch there just before. Okay. And what that does is allows him to move his feet nice and quickly and get his arms into his position to turn the ball over. Perfect tackle. Really, really good technique. Really good feet. So any 10s looking to emulate it, free footwork is really, really important. And basically what we're looking at here is repetitive situations where this player is so here he is carrying the ball. Yeah, so we gave a little short carry for him here. Some analysts wouldn't actually input this, but we do because of the line at which he runs here. So you can see he's dead straight running. So he's fixing these players. So by doing that, he fixed both those 9 and 10. And again, we're going to look through his passing. So lovely, smooth passer of the ball, opening up the game for the people inside him. So basically, if you're looking to implement a game plan of quite a wide, expansive game plan, then this is a player that would definitely suit a team. So what we'll do now is we'll just take a look at a player that he represent or resembles. So I think we picked Jonathan Sexton in the Italy game. So you can see that their passing is like, so their passing is identical nearly in passing left, and then the Brisbane Boys 10 is a little bit better at passing right. But when we go down to the actual quality of the two players, you can see that the quality of both players is nearly identical. The Brisbane Boys is a little bit better at kicking the ball, but realistically, this is a very good indication of a player that skillfully resembles. However, Brisbane Boys passes the ball quite a bit more than Jonathan Sexton. There's a 10% difference. Jonathan Sexton will carry the ball a little bit more. However, when we look at the actual quality of the player and what they're doing, so you can see here that these lines are very similar of the quantity, how many they're doing of each. But this player is a top quality player. So what we can then do is take a look at the next player up. So the Newbridge player. Oops. Let's do a comparison between the Newbridge and the Newbridge 10. Okay, so Newbridge 10 would be, again, a very good passer of the ball. So he's passing the ball even more, 70% of the time. So, wide expansive, isn't involved in any rooking. So you can see here the repetitive idea of this type of player, these 10s. So you can see here that their passing is very similar, passing left. So that's passing to the left off your right hand, and passing right the Brisbane Boys player is a good bit better actually. And then tackling, yeah, so we can see here that the Newbridge player tackle wise needs to improve on that. And what we can then go in and see is that Newbridge 10. Let's go to video and take a look at the Newbridge 10. Here we'll look at his 5s. So
hits coming in. Definitely exposed on the left side if they can get some width on it, but Prendergast.
Yeah. So basically what we're looking at there is this player's ability to kick. So he's also the kicker. But you can see just his ability to identify where there's space. Really good kick, really excellent kick, and finding the space and putting his team in a good place. So we can see the kicker goal. So let's look at his technique. He's a bit quick on the after settling, but yeah, nice smooth kicker, really good kicker. So yeah, like you can see there that all the 5s is a good number of 5-rated actions. However, if we were looking at his something that this player needs to maybe improve on is his tackling. So let's do continuous. So we'll identify the player. Yeah, so he's too high, way too high, trying to make that tackle. Watch it again. So yeah, needs to get his body lower and make that judgment quicker of where he's going to hit the player. So this is a tackle on the game line. So here he is here. Yeah, he just tries to hold the player up rather than, but again, he's slowing the ball down, so we give him an average enough tackle for that. Here's a 1-rated tackle, so this is another missed tackle. So yeah, and then we have but he has a 4-rated tackle here, so this is a good tackle. So it's a tackle in front of the game line, or a saving tackle. Yeah, so we give him a 4 for that because there was a break, and he's done as good of a job as he could have in that instance. We didn't give him a 5 because he didn't get himself into a better position in the first place. But yeah, what we're trying to show here though is that a lot of players, we can help them improve. Ruckie can help coaches improve. We can help players improve. We can help even players at the top level to identify where they need to improve on. So like that, for instance, the player from Brisbane, we're able to show he needs to improve off his pass left or his pass right. I can't remember which one. But basically, what we're trying to show here is that using Ruckie's analysis. Using Ruckie's analysis, you can pick any of these teams and then within a couple of clicks identify if this player is a good enough player to play at your level or not, and what his strengths and weaknesses are, so that you can work with players, or you can identify talent in a much more accurate and easy to understand way. That sort of allows you to prep better for games, allows you to have your players and coaches learn while they're on and off the pitch, and also allows you to build teams if you're also an organization. So if you have any questions or queries, I'd love to hear from you. We're trying to educate ourselves during this period. So if you don't agree with any of our grading, or don't, come on, let me know. I'm open to learn from anybody who has experience or has knowledge in rugby. Thanks.